where I would normally lead off the show, amazed at the audacity of the toothless wonder in the drive-thru at the fast food restaurant that I stopped by today, asking me as he's handing me my food if he could try my vape on a day where that would normally on a day when that would normally
that did not happen. Really, did that really happen?
Yes, and we're gonna get to that. But on a day where that would normally, lead off the show, something.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. That dude must have been having a really, really bad day. Like his day must have really sucked. I mean, really, really sucked.
It kind of looked like the next time that he did meth, it was going to be the one that addicted him. If I'm being honest, So yeah, we'll get into that.
You're a trendsetter, bro.
It was definitely,
man, you gotta be bold too. Be like, hey man, look, bro, I know I just met you, and I just picked my butt, and I was making a burger in the back,
bro.
But can I take a hit for that vape, man? Because it's been one of them days.
Had like my first encounter with this gentleman been, like him driving by in a white van with no windows, trying to ask me if I wanted some free candy, like I would not have at all been surprised. But instead, he wanted to try my vape, and I was really like, I was honestly like, well, I wanted to just be honest with him and say, man, I don't know where you got the money for your last fix. But no, you can't try my vape. I just don't know.
It's like
I don't know where your mouth has been. And,
it's like if you would have hit your vape, you would have become an addict. That's how bad it is.
Yeah. And look, and I give it to old buddy for trying to watch. He probably listens to the show. So that's that'll be just my luck. But whatever. If you are listening, it's probably not appropriate to ask random strangers in the drive-thru if you can try their vape.
Yeah, I think that's in the rule book, page number 5, section 7B. Do not ask to use other people's cigarettes or vapes while working the drive-thru.
Yeah, I mean, like
I think it's in there.
Look, I mean, had you told me you had just fixed the ice cream the McFlurry machine or whatever, like I probably would have just gave it to you. I'd be like, here, brother, wear it out. But that wasn't the case. So
that's so funny.
This is the Breaking Bread radio program, and before we get started, for real, much like we did for AJ, today is our brother JD's birthday.
Yeah, it is.
And,
I texted him happy birthday right before the show, and he was just like, "Thanks, we're on clean feed." I'm like, okay.
I don't know. See, I don't know how to respond to this stuff.
Sure,
that's my problem.
Right, which is why, like, I could have said all the stuff that I was going to say. When I saw you, but I knew that this would make you far less comfortable. So,
I just don't get wrapped up in it. It's just a day.
I know. Well, but it's not just a day.
But it's your day.
It's not just a day for the people around you that know you and love you. And I'm not even your wife and your kids. That's a whole nother different. That's a whole another different thing. But man, like. You have been an amazing friend, an amazing partner, and I just love you, and I am incredibly thankful every day that God crossed our paths, and I just want you to know that I appreciate you, and like there's some heavy crap that I wouldn't have got through without you. So,
well, man, I appreciate it.
I appreciate that very much.
But see, and here's where...
Yeah, you all right, JD. I'm not going to say all the stuff that Will just said. I'm just going to be like, yeah,
hey, AJ, thanks. So I mean, I don't really know. I don't know how to respond to those things. Maybe it's just because I'm, I don't know.
You can just do the Birmingham broker spot if you want to. It's fine.
Or just say I appreciate it.
I mean,
or thanks.
I mean, well, it's thanks. I appreciate it. But I feel like there should be more behind it, but I just don't know. Like,
It's all good.
You know what I mean? I mean, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
like, I appreciate all this stuff in my own sort of way. But yeah, no, I mean.
So how many guns are you? How many guns are you? Yeah.
Tall? Like 3. 3
Age-wise.
pistols tall. Full-size pistols, that is.
No, yeah, okay.
2 long guns, and a 380 with a suppressor.
Dude, I am not 2 long guns tall. Are you kidding me? I mean, I might be 2.5 like AR pistols tall. 43. Is it
Okay.
25, yeah.
Just a whippersnapper.
Yeah, I'm super young.
Just a
He's
whippersnapper.
like Glock 43 years old. There you go. Like
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, not a 43X. Just the old 43.
You are tuned in to the Breaking Bread radio program right here on Birmingham's Real Talk 99.5. Today's show coming to you from the Redland Rifle Studio inside of Redland Rifle Company, Highway 280. Looking for some peace of mind? Come see us. We'd appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. Thanks to Lonnie's Furniture Company for providing the furniture for our studio in here. It looks great, and as we get doing the more decorating and things that we're going to do, it's going to look even better. So thanks to everybody that's tuned in on the stream. If you love the furniture, go check them out. Lonnie's Furniture in Kimberly, Alabama. Great selection of Lazy Boys. Great selection of adult, super stylish, high-end, super well-made furniture. They have interior decorators on staff that can help you take care of all the things. Get all the information at laniusfurniturecompany.com, LAUNIUS furniture.com. And now we shall keep it moving with Crocker Moving Services and AJ.
Yes, CrockerMoveServices.com, CrockerMoveServices.com, great moving company. I just respect someone who just dedicates himself to service, and that is what Eric Crocker is all about. First serving this country, now helping you with your move, and I'm telling you, that's not an easy task. Like moving, you probably see those commercials that Leland and I did for Crocker Moving Services, and that is actually a true story. I definitely dropped the sofa because of my sweaty hands. But, and plus it was early in the morning and the sun kind of hit me in my eyeball and I was blinded and Leland thought I had it and I said I did and I lied and I dropped the sofa. And, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, but if you don't want to have that situation happen to you, you need to reach out to Crocker Moving Services. CrockerMovingServices.com, CrockerMovingServices.com. All right, this is going to be a quick one because we are running up into a break.
Yeah, because no one's ever heard that from you before.
That was a joke.
Sorry.
Good one. Good one.
Man.
Hey, I don't care. I got mine. So
and there you go.
Good.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
It's not my fault they didn't know it was a race.
Yeah.
Hey, you asked for a tortoise, you got a hare. So there you go. All right, Wendy's. Can someone explain to me how come when it comes to spicy food that is very hot, people will come out with jalapeno drinks and spicy water like Death Liquid or Liquid Death, right? Why did that come out in the summertime? I never understood that. Like the thing I really want when it comes to being hot outside is eating hot food while sitting outside in the hot. I never understood that. And I say that because yesterday I brought up Wendy's and how you can get the square patties at your grocery store. Well, Wendy's has teamed up with Takis, which I never had. I guess it's like very spicy kind of corn chip, I'm assuming. They are coming out with they're teaming up with Wendy's for a fiery French fry, spicy French fry, and I'm like, why are we doing this to each other? Why are we doing this?
I actually like this idea for the dipping in the Frosty.
Well,
whoa,
I'm thinking like, can they come out with that during the wintertime when it's cold outside, and you eat something spicy to make you hot? That's just my mind. It might be good. I just never had a Taki. I'm not really a spicy person like that anyway.
So you can get Takis. I'm not a spicy person either. you can get different flavor Takis, but Taki French fry, that might be a bit. That's a reach right there.
Well, it's not just French fries, but they're gonna have other they're gonna have
and they'll just be
chicken sandwich and other stuff too.
And I'm sure that they'll just be seasoned. Now the chicken may be breaded with some like Takis, like Taco Bell did with their chicken strips, breading them in crunchy tortillas or whatever, or nacho chip, whatever the hell it is. I think that the French fries will probably just be seasoned with Takis Fuego seasoning. That's where I think that combination will come in.
Yeah, I mean it's just basically a seasoning that they're putting on the fries, and it's like a sauce that's going on a chicken sandwich. Yeah. But I just don't understand the summertime for it to come out, because that's just me, my opinion. The last thing I want to do is be even more hotter. I mean, I know I'm already hot, but I'm not talking about sweaty hot. I'm just talking about looks. But then on top of that, I just don't want to be sweaty and eating food that's hot and drinking something that's hot at the same time. It just seems like a bad combination.
Basically, you're telling folks you're too sexy with your shirt,
AJ. Yes, and I know we're streaming live. I will definitely take off my shirt right now.
Oh God, I forgot the stream.
Do it. Do it.
It'll be a blackout. You know what I'm saying? So
it's getting hot in here.
I can't think of a better way. I can't think of a better way to roll into Juneteenth than AJ doing
free the nipples,
doing a partial striptease on the live stream.
We just had a caller said that you don't have a hair on your. Oh, wait.
All right. Move along real quick. Wrap it up on the things you know. So I did get a bag of this, and I forgot all about this. We talked about Lay's looking for a new flavor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know we talked about it here on the show. I think we also came up with some suggestions, and I think we came up with this one as well too. Someone please refresh me. So my memory when it comes to this. So Lay's introduced a new flavor, and it is
flavor.
Yeah, that
flavor.
Yes, it is grilled flavor chips. Which, if you ever have somebody with a grill and you smell their breath, it's not bad. It's anyway. It is bacon grilled cheese flavor.
Yeah, I had
bacon
those.
Grilled cheese.
When did you have those? Are they new?
Yes, they're new. I tried all the new when we went to the local grocery store down at the lake a couple weeks ago. They had the 4 new flavors that are going to be for the new flavor.
No, yeah, you're supposed to vote on them.
Yeah, you're supposed to vote on them. So I picked up all 4 bags.
Did you vote?
I did not.
No.
Okay.
I did not either.
Nothing was impressive enough.
See, this is why these crazy flavors come out, because only 3 people vote, and they're all crazy.
And majority wins.
Right.
It just kind of tasted to me, AJ. It just kind of tasted like a sour cream and cheddar Ruffles to me. Without it tasted like a cheddar chip to me. More.
Did it have any bacon flavor?
It had a hint of a bacon mesquite kind of like taste to it. It wasn't very prominent.
No, I mean, like, if I was a Muslim and I ate one of those, I wouldn't have even been offended.
Yeah, I would not be ready to see my 72 virgins.
Yeah,
yeah.
You would have been fine. You wouldn't have felt convicted from Allah.
No,
no.
I mean,
I mean, are they decent? I mean, would it be like if I go to a picnic or a cookout and someone had some, would I try it? Yeah, I would. But I did buy one, bought a bag. I don't know. I probably wouldn't do another bag, but I mean, it's not too bad. Somebody might actually like it. It does have a little bit more of a cheesy taste to it than a bacon. I wish it was the flavor combination was a little bit more even.
The imitation bacon flavor sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
Give me the real bacon.
Yeah, even like when I go and get one of those the bacon crumbles in your grocery store on the salad aisle.
Yeah,
that imitation bacon. That just.
I feel like those are always gonna break my teeth. I feel like that's probably broken more teeth in this world than any
That's
other.
why-
That's what it is. It's old teeth that they got from the morgue, and they just
Right.
they turned it into bacon bits.
That's why I just take the L and I get the actual bacon strips that they turn into bits, not the artificial kind.
I mean, even when we do bacon fat fries at work, like if somebody orders them off the super secret menu, you know, you smell the bacon all the way up to your nose. But as far as the bacon flavor goes, it's just not. It's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, when I
So
cook,
do y'all?
All right. Well, we're getting kind of late on the time,
we
so
gotta go.
let's go take this break. Well, we'll finish this conversation on the other side, plus some other things we're going to get into. 205-545-9950 or 205-44-BREAD. That's how you get into the show. You can text us, and you know, if you don't want to give us a call, you can always text us as well too, or follow us on social media, all that good stuff. You're listening to Breaking Bread right here on Talk 99.5.
You're listening
Mike is hot.
Welcome back in to the Breaking Bread radio program. Vapor Forge bringing you this portion of today's show. Vapor Forge Highway 280. If you smoke cigarettes like I did for way too long, stop. You gotta make a commitment to doing it. It's not just as simple as, oh, I'm quitting smoking cigarettes today. I mean, for some people, they are that tough and they are that strong, and it does work that
cold
way.
turkey.
You know what I'm saying? But for the normal human beings, you need a little something to kind of bridge the gap, and that's what Vapor Forge, the smooth tobacco flavored vape from Vapor Forge, did for me. All the information can be found at vaporforge.com. Tell them the Chub Father sent you, and I would appreciate it. So, there's that. Was that all the things we needed to know, AJ?
Yeah, that was it. It was
Okay.
going to be a short one today.
205
JD. Great.
205-545-9950. I pulled Andrew McLean was having a conversation earlier today on one of his segments about weddings and a lady trying to charge the people who had RSVP'd but didn't show up.
I agree with that.
Tried to charge the people for the food because she had spent $50 a plate and then they didn't show up and da-da-da-da. But she lived in one state and went all the way to Minnesota to get married, and people didn't, whatever. So it just got me thinking, generally speaking, about weddings. Darian's getting ready to get married, and I was wondering if there's any correlation between what you spend on your wedding and the length of the marriage and happiness, and just some, what's the average wedding cost these days, and food and all this other stuff. So how much did it cost for you to get married? 205-545-9950. And if you did it again, would you do it different?
$20 and a pack of Newports.
You could also text
That's
that
what you
amount
call a
into-
shotgun ready.
No, that's a prison wedding.
Man, that's worse than a shotgun
Yeah.
wedding. That's a prison wedding.
That's
Still
a
married,
prison
though.
wedding.
That's a D block wedding right there. Well, where y'all got married at? Cell block D.
That's not for that little minute. It sounds like you was in the hole.
In a matter of speaking.
Well, somebody was.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the
That's
Breaking
what she
Bread
said.
radio program on Talk 99.5, and we'll be back right after this. Stay tuned, Jack.
This
Welcome back into Breaking Bread Radio on Talk 99.5. Listen, I know we talk a lot about Behan Broker and those guys over there. We do it because they're awesome. They're great guys. But I think we talk a lot about the high-end cars that they've got over there. I was just looking at their website here, and the range of pricing on their cars goes from like $6,000 up to $100,000. So don't be afraid to reach out to Craig and Keith at Behan Broker. They can get your car sold. They're going to get you more money for your car, and you can find a really good deal on their website. So reach out to those guys, behanbroker.com, or give them a call at 205-910-6088. That is 205-910-6088, and tell them that the guys from Breaking Bread Radio sent you.
And we appreciate it.
And we do appreciate it. You just say thanks.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Just a blanket thanks.
Yes, thanks.
Thanks.
That'll be all. Move along.
With an
now.
exclamation point.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. Look, I tried to put emotion in there.
You did.
You
That's
know?
great.
So I
Just,
use.
but do you ever like read something like when you when someone texts you? Let's say they text you nothing but capital letters. Do you ever read it like they're yelling at you? Or
Depends
you
on who
just
it
kinda
is.
Right.
Yeah. If it's like an older person, I'm like, bro, you just got the text locks on, the caps locks on.
They're just doing that because
Yeah.
they don't know how to change the font
Yeah,
size.
exactly.
That's it. They don't.
Yeah.
That's
Smiley
they
faces
just
coming
blind. That's
upside
how they-
down. I don't know. Like,
Oh, they just blind and they just can't really see what they're texting. So that's the reason why everything is in caps.
yeah.
I was laughing because I'm like, why are you yelling at me, bro? I just said what's up.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Uh-oh. There's balloons. One balloon's made it.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
Because it's birthday boy.
It's
Birthday.
birthday.
It's your
Oh,
birthday.
Love it.
Have a party.
There's
Nice. Oh, look at that. There's some.
It's like the Floribama in here.
It is.
Instead of beach balls,
Which one's you's gonna toss a mullet?
it's balloons.
Please don't trip over any wires in here.
This is much more tame than I thought it was going to be. Like I really thought they were going to come in here and light you up with like a bunch of balloons.
I'm actually surprised they didn't come in with Nerf guns.
I thought someone was going to get tased. For some reason, I thought that was about to get happened.
No, look. I'm not riding the lightning
birthday,
again.
Dad.
I've done it once. I'm good. I'm very good.
That was actually the plan. That the whole thing was posed to me that they were going to come in here
And
and
tase
and light you up with Nerf. They were actually going to wait, and I was like, no, because he didn't tell anybody it was his birthday today. I said he absolutely deserves for y'all to walk through the door and just light him up with the Nerf guns because he's kind of stuck in the place where he is at this moment, and it would have been
That's true.
great radio and great viewing.
I would have
Well,
absolutely
until
had no
like
recourse.
JD's PTSD kicks in, and then
he started spraying everybody. Like everybody gonna get it.
Nah, I got rid of that.
Hey.
I got rid of that PTSD.
They
You know.
so weddings. Like I said, we had this whole thing.
Ah, they did it. There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go.
They did.
Good
They did
job.
bring out the Nerf guns.
They did bring out the
Yeah.
Nerf
And I
guns.
swear I saw
All
them
right.
really aim at your head too, JD.
I know. I just.
don't know.
I feel
They
like,
got some ideas, man.
I
They-
feel
they-
like
they've been-
if I didn't have
they've
a
been thinking
beard,
about
that
some
would have
stuff.
hurt. You know, I would have.
the beard
absolutely
protect
hurt.
your face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't shave.
205-545-9950. I know Will brought up the
Uh.
question about weddings, just the cost and
Y'all get out of
the,
here.
and just real quick, because we do have a call on hold. Just how did we get to this point, Will? Can you talk about how this came
Yeah,
all about?
so Andrew was doing a show today was doing a segment today on the Wheel of Segments, and was talking about a bride who had several RSVPs not show up, and she turned around, being jaded, and sent them a bill for their food, and everybody was just like shocked, and I couldn't believe the lady, but like I could completely see somebody trying to do this. I think it's absolutely foolish, and so it just made me start thinking about weddings. And they were saying, the bride was saying, "Well, we spent $50 a plate." Well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, and I've known this, and I actually looked it up in the information. I've been catering weddings for the better part of 25 years now, and 75% of the people who RSVP will show up and eat. And that's like, and I tell people all the time, oh, well, I have 200 RSVPs. Well, not that many people are going to, not that many people are going to show up and eat.
200 ain't coming.
Oh, you don't know.
I mean, things happen.
Oh, okay. I will gladly fix you and prepare you food for 200 people. But it's not my responsibility to refund what's not eaten or to take it away. You know, so if we're talking about you're paying $20 a head, if you just reduce that number by 10, you saved yourself $200. Yep. You know, so like because you think too highly of yourself and believe that everybody is as passionate about your big day as you are, you let your ego drive up the cost of your day, in my opinion. And way too many people start their relationships in that portion of their life going into debt. And statistically, people who have weddings that they start in debt or, put it on the credit card, borrowing money from someplace to do it, they are 1.5 times more likely to wind up in divorce in the next 5 to 7 years than a person who just had a wedding within their means.
So 150%.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
We have Kurt.
Let's let Kurt.
Well, we have Kurt online too. He wants to get on this conversation. Appreciate you calling us here on Breaking Bread.
All right. I'm 2 weeks away from anniversary number 46.
Congratulations, brother.
Congratulations.
Yeah, my total outlay is less than $50.
Let's go.
Which includes the license, the bouquet, and lunch for my wife and the 2 witnesses, because we got married by a judge on our days off when we were young, and we just did what we needed to do. Now that judge 2 years later got impeached, so I'm technically not sure I'm really married.
Well,
Yep.
Y'all just decide. You know what? We kind of like each other.
Hey, we're gonna run with it.
So we're gonna just keep it going.
We're gonna run with
But adjusted for inflation,
been-
that's like $30,000.
Right.
it. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, I have one thing to add. What you ought to do is take this conversation a step further and ask some of the listeners what their future father-in-law said when he was asked for his blessing. Yeah, because I have a whopper, and I got a couple seconds if you spare me the time.
Man.
We'd love to hear that.
Give it to us, brother.
Well, I sat in the family room for like 3 hours where my wife didn't say a word, waiting for the right time and the right moment, and finally went down the path of, I love your daughter, we see a life together, she loves me, going to get married, I'd like to have your blessing. And the exact words out of his mouth were, he says, Vicky, this means no more big dicks.
Oh.
Nope.
And Big Dicks was the disco dance hall bar that she and her friends used to go to.
That's funny.
I'm so weak.
That's funny.
So it wasn't funny at the time, man.
Oh, I bet.
That was funny. Wow.
Hey, man.
Wow.
See,
Wow.
all you people that have your mind in the gutter, you got to wait for the story to be finished. It's not.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right, guys.
Funny.
Cheers to
Love
you, brother.
listening to you.
Thanks, man.
Will, I'll see you soon sometime.
Thank you,
Wow.
brother. Appreciate you.
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
I love
We
it.
do have another call. We got George and Brilliant once again on this conversation. Appreciate you calling us on Breaking Bread. George?
Hey,
Yeah.
What's going on, George?
Oh, not much. 59 years ago, my wife picked me up at the Biloxi Moss Point football game, the second Friday night in October 1965, and it's worked. But when I went down to get married, I was just a dumb kid from the suburbs of Brillia, the town of 500, and we got married in her grandparents' living room, and the preacher was there, and he kept putting his hands in his pocket. And finally, one of Kathy's uncles slipped me $20 and said, "Give it to the preacher," and that's what the wedding cost.
What?
Must be nice.
Love it.
Oh
It
my
was,
gosh.
I
Well,
love it.
Well, I
That's great.
thought your father-in-law was gonna do what my father-in-law did and hand me a pack of Viagra.
Wow.
I thought it was a pack of Cools.
Yeah, well,
Filter Kings, baby.
Man, come on now.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
I heard you say something about that a while ago, so I had to bring it back up.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you very much, my
I
friend.
appreciate that,
Hey,
George.
Jane, I love you. I love you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, brother.
My in-laws we just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. I think it was
that's
last
awesome.
year.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So
Man.
So my mother-in-law, I asked my mother-in-law first because she was a single mom, and I had a relationship with Stephanie's dad. But I asked her first, and I had been engaged previously. So when I asked Stephanie's mom, she said, "Well, why don't you order us a couple buttery nipples, and we'll talk about it." So
okay.
so I asked the bartender if they could mix us up a couple buttery nipples, and they did. And we took a shot, and I said, "Well, Jeannie, what do you think? Can I, would you be all right if I married Stephanie?" And she said, "Well, haven't you tried that once already?"
Wow.
I mean, straight to it, man. Called you
Yeah,
out.
and I was just like, "Yeah," but she's like, "I'm kidding, baby." She said, "I love you," and whatever. So that's how that all went down. But we $2,200 was what we spent, and that included Stephanie's dress.
Hey, man.
Mm.
Must be nice.
so
Yeah.
Amy's parents are pretty traditional.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was zero chance that I was going to be able to, I was going to get out of asking, right? So I drove up to Huntsville. Amy's mom had made dinner, and I made up some story about why I had to go up there, and asked, and but also I have zero idea how much our wedding cost. We should probably just go ask Amy in
Right.
the other room because her parents paid for it all.
Right.
Right? Like, so, I mean, I have no idea. We got married in Huntsville, had the reception at the Hampton Cove Country Club or whatever, and, I mean, like, I literally just had to show up. I just had to not screw up and show up.
That's it.
That was it.
That's fantastic.
So, I mean, like, I don't,
And how many years ago was that now? Y'all been married for how many years now?
we got married in 2010. We started dating December 10th of 2004.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've been
Okay.
together for 21 years.
A minute.
Yeah, a hot minute.
Yeah,
For
hot
sure.
little minute.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
we dated for a while.
Okay.
So my biggest thing, everybody's on my case. Well, you're gonna ask her to marry, blah 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 blah. I'm like, listen to me. I was like, I need to be able to take care of. I need to make sure that I can take care of myself, let alone another human being
Sure.
that I have.
Yeah, no, that's
like,
real.
I have zero intention of going into this without spending the rest of my life with this individual.
Right.
My parents had been married, divorced, whatever. And so for me, and I just did not want to go into it, halfway.
Right.
And so that was kind of that was the biggest thing is like I've got to be with this individual for the rest of my life. I'm not going to drag her into my nonsense.
Sure.
So
Well, and it's interesting because like the average length of marriage for first time couples these days is between 6 and 8 years. But when those people decide to remarry, statistically speaking, their marriages the second time around last 20 to 30 years longer.
do they really?
Yeah, because they understand it. Because honestly, and I look, I'm a second goer. This is my second go. I love my wife. After this, I'm done. But my wife and I, we got married in 18. Spent I think about $3,200 on the wedding. It was really nice. Honestly, the venue that we had, that we first got, it just didn't work out, and so we were scrambling to the last minute, and we finally found a venue, and the venue was still under construction prior, like maybe like days before our actual wedding, and there were still some things that we like literally it was our event, our wedding was the first event that they had is at the Tuxedo Ballroom in Inslee. And so they converted it from like an old garage, like mechanic shop, and turned it into a venue. And we were the very first event there. We realized like with weddings, it's like it really doesn't matter the cost, because like you said before, like you don't really want to go into debt for what, like I don't even remember half of the stuff that happened that night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even eat the food. I could probably sit the bill to myself because we didn't even have time to eat.
The event itself is not all that enjoyable for the people that are there.
No.
It's really not.
It's really for everybody else.
It is. I mean,
it is
really
for everyone else.
I mean,
and so like we like it was a blur. I was more excited about the honeymoon after the fact. And I mean, it was like an all day event, and you're just running around. It was hot, even though it was in the middle of October. You know, we had to watch out because it was like, oh, do we have it on this day? Oh no, Alabama plays this day. It was like,
hey,
the,
man,
the,
gotta stay
like
away
the
from
littlest
them
things.
them fall wedding stuff.
So
you gotta stand around
like,
and take a bunch of pictures. Like it's just,
your back hurts, your feet hurt. You know, you're hungry, you're cranky. You know, people ask you like the some weird questions, and you're just like, bro, like, all right.
I think for me, I've been on the opposite spectrum because I hadn't been on that side until next Saturday. I've emceed weddings.
Did you get your invitation, JD?
Man, I was just about to ask that, but I was like,
yeah,
you know what?
I did not.
was
I
like,
asked
you know
him.
what?
I ain't getting no. I ain't getting no
I was like,
invitation.
But
I'm gonna leave him alone.
I shot drone videos. I've done all these things.
He's shown love for me, but that
and
speaks
I didn't get nothing.
JD and I just chalked it up. There wasn't a white section. So
Nah, that wasn't the case. But that speaks on to what I'm saying. That speaks on to the
There's other
opposite
people
side.
from the station coming, but
Actually, no. It's actually there's only one person from the station coming. But that's the thing. Like in our situation, we were having a later wedding, and our venue kind of changed the amount of people that we could bring. And I'm a family person, and I wanted to make sure that if anything, we get family there. And with her having a large family, that kind of changed the dynamics of.
Hey, don't blame not inviting us on her.
Yeah.
No. That's not what we're doing.
I helped her keep a job over here. You know.
Yeah. No, that's
you're the reason why you was able to pay for some of this wedding. You know.
But the thing is, you know, my family.
Well, hold on to that thought.
Yeah.
Hold on to that thought.
We
We
gotta
got to take this last break.
We do.
And this seems like it's going to be, a long one. So let's go ahead and take this break as we wrap things up, put a nice little bow on it. We're talking about weddings, and it's JD's birthday.
Whoop, whoop.
Yay, it's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Come on, stop. Oh, yay, it's my birthday.
It is my birthday. King my king. All right, it's Breaking Bread. Talk 995.
You're listening to
Noto Roofing bringing you home today. NOTOroofing.com. If you got an issue with your roof, reach out to the roofing professionals at Noto Roofing because Noto knows roofing. NOTOroofing.com. Tell them the Breaking Bread crew sent you. And make plans to join us on the first Saturday of each month.
40 Inverness Center Parkway.
Yeah, for the Mob Inc. car show. Great folks, awesome cars. And while we're advertising stuff, tomorrow Friday. We will be live from Brother Paul's Barbecue, eating dinner. We were just reminiscing during the break about my wedding and all the crazy stuff that happened, like our rehearsal dinner my dad was supposed to pay for. And when he got the bill, he grabbed my mom's hand, stood up, and dropped the bill in my lap and said, I never agreed to pay this much. And
How much was it?
It was like $327. Like, there was like 40 of us. We had gotten a crazy good deal because Stephanie had worked at the restaurant, done it or whatever. And they decorated the wrong car.
So good.
Dang.
Like, after the,
Y'all,
we did
Grandma
pay
was
for-
over here like, baby, how am I get my car now?
is y'all
Oh,
trying
no.
to scare me or something?
it was somebody who wasn't even at the wedding. Like, they had just randomly parked. We got married in Woodlawn, and it was somebody who just like randomly parked in the church parking lot.
Hey,
Who
who
gets
man,
my
who-
car, man?
who got my
Hold
car?
on. Baby, look, man, I promise you I ain't married.
Yeah.
Like,
Got that man killed, man. That man went through trouble that night.
Yeah.
And I got a correction. Apparently, we paid for the. I did pay for, or Amy and I paid for the rehearsal dinner, like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I got a few more things to say about this conversation tomorrow.
all right, we're going to have to do that.
We
Yeah,
gonna,
we'll
we
do
gonna,
that.
yeah, we got to talk.
All right, love everybody. Be the people.